Guten Morgen. Happy Monday. Today I'm going to blend something with you that can be used for foot fungus and insect repellent because I thought those are two things that people deal with in the summer and they might be really helpful. So we're going to use some aloe vera gel and lemongrass and patchouli. It smells wonderful over here. Also, use those essential oils that you have. I hear a lot of times, oh, I have all these, or I have this at home, but I don't really know how to use it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm giving you ideas on how to use what you have and what it's good for and how to use it safely. So hope that's helpful. I wanted to focus on lemongrass today because, like I said, it's summer and I hear a lot from athletes about foot fungus or nail fungus from swimming, from baseball, keeping those feet closed up in shoes and a lot of sweat, and it doesn't help the situation. So if that's something you deal with, remember to take your shoes and socks off often. That might sound like needless information, but I have talked to a lot of athletes and it's an issue, and I think maybe because they're so used to having shoes and socks on that they might feel like awkward not having them on. So just take some time for yourself throughout the day, several times in fact, to take socks off and let your feet breathe. That's going to be a huge help aside from anything else you use. But if you want to use something natural to help this issue, not only natural but supportive in so many ways, it's calming to your central nervous system. It's a natural insect repellent as well, which could help if you're doing sports. It's a 2-for-1er. It uplifts your mood and can reduce fatigue. Lemongrass does all of those things. It's also very high in aldehydes, which makes it skin irritating. It also oxidizes quickly, which means when the air gets to it, it starts to go rancid. So you don't want to mix up any batch that's too large. You want to do small batches at a time. Excuse me, I'm mixing up a 2-ounce bottle, and we're going to do a 1% dilution rate because that's the most diluted rate. Some people say if you're dealing with fungus that you want to use up to 3%, and that's great, but I'm always like, less is more and everybody's different, and let's start safe. If you want to increment up to a 3% rate because you don't feel like you're getting the relief you need or experiencing the benefits from a 1%, take your time and ask yourself, is this better, worse, or the same? That's what I always tell my customers. If it's worse, discontinue right away. If it's better, then you're on the right regimen. And if it's the same, then you might want to think about incrementing up your dosage. Apply it maybe like 3 times a day. Start with that. And like I said, in addition to that, keep your shoes and socks off as much as possible. Some people have nail fungus on their hands as well. Obviously, that's a little easier to deal with. But some people like to use gloves when they clean and things like that. So just be careful about keeping your hands covered too much. So the information that I'm using today is from Aromatic Wisdom Institute, in case you were wondering. That's where I went to school, and that's the information that I'm using today to blend this blend and tell you about lemongrass. So let's begin. I already started the process of putting some aloe vera in my funnel because it doesn't come out easy at all. And I didn't want to be here just doing that for 10 minutes because that's pretty boring. So I'll top that off when we're done, just so you don't have to wait around for me. So like I said, we're doing a 1%, so that's 5 to 6 drops per ounce, and I'm making a 2-ounce bottle, so that's going to be, I'm going to use 10 drops of lemongrass. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. The other 2 drops I'm reserving for patchouli, which is also a great insect repellent. It smells awesome. Well, some people love it, some people hate it. But if it's blended with other things, most people really like it. But it's also antifungal as well. And it has a lot of, it has counter chemicals that are more moisturizing and skin protective than the lemongrass with the aldehydes. So it's a good counterbalance to that skin irritation. Also, I picked the aloe vera because also that's too very moisturizing, and it absorbs quickly, so it's not like occlusive on your skin. It's not holding in fungus when it needs to let the fungus out. So it's a quick drying, perfect carrier to use for fungus. Maybe not the first choice you would use for insect repellent, but again, you know, you can just squeeze some out and put it on your wrists or your ankles, where you're most concerned about insects getting to you. So back to the patchouli, we're going to do 2 drops of that. And again, if an extra one gets in there, it's okay. It really will be okay. Don't stress. So aromatherapy is awesome because always shake well before every use. Aromatherapy is calming and it's supportive to all aspects of health. Of course, everybody's different, and we always have to be aware of allergies and whatnot. That's why you take an assessment to see if it's worse, better, or the same. But I know with my health problems through the years that aromatherapy's only served to support my immune system, to help reduce stress. Just what's going on right here with the patchouli and the lemongrass is so calming, and I love walking into, well, my vehicle smells like aromatherapy and my house smells like aromatherapy because I use it all the time. And it does have a very calming effect when you use it all the time. So get out those essential oils that you have, use them, don't leave them on the shelf. They look cool, I know, and maybe you even have a cool way of displaying them, but they're to be used. So there you go, your insect and antifungal blend. Have a great day and happy summer.